My name is Per Grön. I'm from Lumiere, a startup that is working on commercializing this technology. We also have the role of coordinator in this project. I was the one who proposed this project and the laser sensor that we're developing. Such very high performance that we're targeting in the PIONEAR project. For that, you can't just, it's not enough to have just one innovation. There are three distinct problems that we have to solve at once. They involve the acoustic performance of the system, the performance of the sensor itself, and also the digitization of the signal. And those three problems we solve at once using our novel laser technology.
My name is Markus Michler. I'm working here at the Institute for Microtechnology and Photonics. And in our team, we are mainly responsible for, let's say, the mechanical part of this special microphone. So we are dealing with everything which is needed to put the laser, which is done inside kind of a capsule. And also to provide the interface to what we want to measure, which is sound. And sound has to produce kind of a pressure onto a membrane. So this membrane and the body around the membrane, that is what we are doing in this project. What I'm really excited about in this project is the fact that we try to build something in a very miniaturized way, which typically needs a table. So a typical laser that I know, I also did that in my PhD. I worked with argon ion lasers. They needed a whole table and they were water cooled. And now we're building a laser into a cavity with some 100 microns, and that's really crazy.
My name is Magdalena Marciniak. I'm from Łódź University of Technology, and together with all colleagues from Photonics group, we are part of PIONEAR project, and we work with semiconductor lasers. We can do both, design them, and also we have measurements lab when we can make some characterization of semiconductor lasers. And in this project, our goal, our main task is first to design structure of laser and then also characterize first to design structure of device, which will be used in our photonic microphone. When we think about photonics, about semiconductor lasers, it's mostly about communication or about displays, and I've never heard about photonic microphone before, so it's totally new, and I would say it can be breaking technology from some points of view, right? Before, we worked with semiconductor lasers, which we called VCSELs, so vertical cavity surface emitting lasers, and we have a lot of experience with that structures. But here we have to expand our knowledge and our experience to another fields, and we have to learn something about optically pumped devices and also think about new applications. So we no longer work only with laser people, but we have to learn something about acoustics, about packaging of devices, and bring it all together. So it will be a lot of new knowledge and skills, which we are all excited about.
So my name is Kamil Gratkowski. I'm a senior researcher at Photonics Packaging Group at Tyndall Institute, which is located in Cork in Ireland, on the southwest coast of Ireland. So our role in the project is to take all the elements that were fabricated by other members of the consortium, so the acoustic chamber and the membrane from OST, the laser that was done by EMIF, and put them together into a capsule that's going to be the microphone, and actually assemble everything and put all the interfaces in place so that it can actually be a functional device. The acoustic chamber itself is of the orders of few millimeters, but actually the biggest issue that we want to solve in this project is actually placing a laser which is a little bit bigger than the thickness of the human hair. So imagine that you take an average human hair and perhaps or two, and you have to put it very precisely down to a fraction. Take an average human hair and perhaps or two, and you have to put it very precisely of that size in accuracy. You have to place it very accurately within that optical chamber using a very sophisticated techniques, and you have to then assemble a membrane cap with a very similar accuracy. That is the major issue that we want to solve with the assembly of the capsule. So this is the variety of techniques that we're utilizing major for packaging, and also the novelties that we can introduce into the packaging world. So in packaging, we're dealing essentially with the interfaces of the optical devices with the environment, and this project and the sense of scale that we have to connect very tiny devices with the outside world, not only electrically but also optically, thermally, and also mechanically. We have to assemble everything, and those elements are so small, and they have to be so precisely controlled and connected that so that is the major issue, and that always is a challenge for packaging, and if we can solve that, that would be a great benefit.